How are you, Gary? You all right?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. So, for the man who has the most shiny shoes in the world, they're even shinier than mine. Mine got a bit caught in the rain today. Yours didn't. Do you want to give the audience a bit of an insight into name of your company and what exactly you do?
Of course. So, my name's Gary Valentine Fuller. I'm 25 years old, and I'm director of Valentine and Turner Family Funeral Directors. We're an independent family-owned and run funeral directors, run by two families, the Valentine Fullers and the Turners. So my business partner is Wayne Turner, a gentleman I worked with for a decade as a family funeral director for another family. So I started funeral directing when I was 15, leaving school. Originally I just wanted to go and do something before I was going on to college and university, car cleaning, but never left. So I worked my way up through that funeral home, and from being a T-boy, cleaning cars, pall bearing, driving, conducting, directing, managing, then being general manager. I then ended up there with, so I was their, main man, if it's the right word, and they invested in me. I had a 4-bedroom house they gave me. I was on 45, 50 grand a year.
So you were doing all right then?
I was doing okay. But what you found was I was from the council estate across the road, so it was all. I always used to watch that they'd done, families' funerals, and I always wanted to be an undertaker, but thought just not yet. I was going to go to college, university first. Yeah. So it's pretty much sort of where it started. But I felt as they grew and grew and grew, the family I worked for were going for 200 years, 5th generation undertakers. The personal service went as you grow and grow and grow. It's hard to keep that, of course. But I didn't want to be a part of that anymore, and I wanted to do it my way and how I thought it should be done.
So Gary, I remember growing up around the same age when you started, and I saw Paperboy, I saw working at McDonald's. I didn't ever think about going to a funeral director. So how did that come about? Because you have to admit it's a conversation starter at least when you go in and go, what do you do? I'm a funeral director. People are like, so where did that come from?
So that's a hard one. You find when you say it to people, they either want to know nothing at all, like my dad doesn't want to even talk about nothing, or they want to know everything about what we do. So it's one or the other. There's no in between. So I've always wanted to be an undertaker. I don't know why. So you don't see an advert in the paper. So,
how did that happen?
So there was a documentary on telly years ago called "Don't Drop the Coffin" on ITV1. It was Albins, who are quite famous undertakers for doing Jay Goody's funeral, that sort of stuff.
God rest his soul.
And Barry, Barry done before I was at Union's done my granddad Bob's funeral, my auntie Rose. He was a well-known man in Bermondsey, and the Valentines are originally a big Bermondsey family. So, we all wanted to be like him. If there was anything such as a celebrity undertaker, it does exist. It was him. And currently, from that, as I was sharing with David, so there's a documentary coming out on BBC in September, October about us. Which I'll get into.
You're going to so Death and Taxes is one thing that really sums you up in terms of where you wanted to go. It's one of those things that everybody at some point is going to experience. So talk to the people who might not understand. What's the business model that underpins a funeral director? How does that all work?
So it's hard because it's such a sensitive business.
Of course.
And everyone has used the same old undertaker for many years. So every family you find has been using the same old undertaker, since great granddad. Everyone. So it's hard to infiltrate a business where it seems that where's the prospect of being the new, and you find, as I've shared with our mentor and David and whatnot. It's very much like the mafia. And basically you've got your families that have been going for many, many years. And then you've got your big national big boys like the Co-op and the Francis Chapels who are like Dignity now. So you're like the new kids on the block, a new family. So you're not, they look at you funny when you turn up at the crematorium and stuff like that. It's hard to infiltrate, but then also the community that we serve, you also have a lot to prove to them. So why should they come to you? So it's the business concept behind what we do is the way I wanted to do things was a royal service for half the price, and that was really what I wanted to do. So it was basically not taking people for a ride, you know, what some undertakers charge for how long you're in the chapel of rest viewing a loved one, going to collect them from a hospital, all these silly things that I think is disgustingly disrespectful. We're there to also act as part of the community. It is a business, of course, but it has to be done sensitively. So that the business concept was, how can I do what everyone else is doing, but be compassionate and good by people?
And I suppose for you, customer service is incredibly important.
It's all word of mouth, what we do, very much. So, you know, as I said, you know, and I'll be honest, and I'll probably get onto this, it is a struggle, of course, in our business to start up, especially in a close-knit community. Well, any community is very close-knit.
And where are you based?
So we're in Orpington High Street in Bromley.
Anyone in Orpington in the room? No customers in here?
No, okay. So I served Camberwell, Peckham, Brixton originally. I was from Southwark, you know, I was Master of Ceremony for Southwark and advisor to the council and stuff like that. So I've done a lot with that community, but I've got, you know, I believe never bite the hand that feeds you. So I didn't open up on their doorstep. It still didn't end very pleasantly, but, you know, I opened up miles away. Because there was opportunity there. There was no families in that area that offer a personal service. So,
and how do you? One of the big things for particularly startups and small businesses is about marketing for your particular product or service. So how do you deal with that particularly sensitive matter?
It's a hard one because, because of what we do, you can't just go out and start handing out cards.
You're not going to do a Facebook advert, are you?
You know, exactly. And, so, funny enough, we do. You know, we have a Facebook, but it's more about the testimonials and stuff like that. It's getting it right. The same as I'm probably one of the most modern undertakers you will find. You know, we are in hospital waiting rooms and things like that, but it's more. We don't have the top hats and the canes and the hearses and the horses on the screen. It's a picture of our family caring for your family in your time of need, that sort of stuff. You know, part of the community, just offering our services, God forbid, when that time comes. So it's getting it right. So it's taken us time to do that. You know, yes, we've got Twitter and this and that. You don't tweet like every time you go out on a funeral. It's more about bereavement advice or here for you, God forbid, when you need our advice, and it's getting that right. But it's all branding, of course. It's getting our name out there, and it's marketing. We're anywhere we can infiltrate respectively, like golf clubs and you know places where you know you do have a lot of. You know,
listen, it could be dangerous when that 4-ball comes along. Believe me, right?
You know, I'll be honest. Golf clubs and the Rotary Club and this and that and Freemasons and this and that, where there is a big generation of business people who are who are elderly and stuff. I'll be honest. That is a marketing strategy, but it has to be done sensitively.
No, and appreciated. And it's good that we can at least laugh about something that can be quite perhaps painful for people when they're coming up to converse about it. But for you, what's the vision for your business? Because you mentioned some big names, you mentioned some other families. What's the vision for your particular business?
So our vision is always, because we're two families, I suppose we're able to still keep a personal service because we're two large families. So you could probably have eventually 8 branches or 10 branches and keep it within the family. You know, I've got 3 brothers, Wayne's got brothers, sisters. You know, aunties, uncles, we'll find family to keep it personal. But the vision is to get Orpington branch to where we need it to be. Eventually, once you know that's where it needs to be, opening up, you know, closer to home as it were, maybe not where I used to work, but just down the road maybe, still away from them. I'm a great believer in that. And then eventually, having a 5-year plan. We've got a 5-year plan, and we want to grow, but still keep it personal. And it's finding that balance of how can you do that. At the moment, there's lots of us trying to make it all happen. If we had the money to do it now, we probably would open a couple of branches, you know. But it's a great learning curve for us to currently just all work together in the Orpington branch that we're in.